Have you ever wondered what might happen if a simple click on your phone led you to a dimension where time and reality are mere illusions, and where the souls of those trapped are desperately seeking a way out? Imagine that by connecting to an unknown Wi-Fi network, you find yourself in the midst of a nightmare that transcends the limits of our understanding. This is the story of Alex, an ordinary student who discovered that sometimes curiosity can open doors that are better left closed. Alex was a restless young man, eager to learn and explore the world around him. It was an autumn afternoon, and the gentle breeze carried with it a sense of change. As he settled into his room, he noticed that his Wi-Fi connection was failing again, a problem that had been plaguing him for weeks. Without a second thought, he decided to look for available networks in his vicinity. That was when he spotted something that caught his attention, a network named Neighbor's Wi-Fi. Without hesitation, he connected, thinking it might provide the speed he desperately needed for his studies. Instantly, his computer sprang to life. Pages loaded faster than ever, and Alex felt exhilarated. However, that joy quickly turned to uncertainty when he began to receive strange messages on his screen. The messages started as simple pleas for help, and save me. Alex, intrigued and somewhat frightened, thought it might be a prank from friends. However, as he continued to read, the words began to take on a disturbing turn. "We are trapped here," one message read. "We can't escape, but you can help us." A chill ran down Alex's spine. Who were these people? Why were they asking for his help? Divided between fear and curiosity, he decided to respond, asking who they were and how they had ended up in this situation. The reply came immediately, and the text seemed to tremble on the screen. "We are trapped in an alternate dimension. The Wi-Fi has connected you with us. If you do not act, we will be condemned forever." That day, Alex's life took an unexpected turn. He had not only found a new internet service, but had also become the link between his world and one much darker. From that moment on, every time he connected to Neighbor's Wi-Fi, he began to receive messages that seemed to come from wandering souls. Stories of people who, like him, had fallen into this digital trap. A university student who had mysteriously disappeared, a mother separated from her child, and an elderly man who, after years of loneliness, had met his end in darkness. Each tale was laden with pain and desperation, forming a thread that tied their fates to the connection that Alex had unknowingly established. With each message, Alex found himself increasingly compelled to help these unknown voices. He was caught in his own internal battle. On one hand, he wanted to disconnect and forget everything. On the other, there was something in their stories that kept him tethered to the screen. Anxiety and tension grew with each new communication. "What if I don't help these lost souls?" he pondered. Guilt consumed him, and though he knew it could be dangerous, he felt morally obligated to act. It was then that a message changed everything. "To free us, you must first free your mind. Find the portal." The words echoed in his mind like an unsettling mantra. A portal? Alex began to investigate, but everything he found about alternate dimensions and portals was mere science fiction theories. Yet, his conversations continued. The suffering souls shared fragments of their stories, and through them, Alex began to glimpse how these individuals had been trapped in a web of fiction and reality. It seemed that the Wi-Fi not only connected devices but also intertwined destinies, creating a labyrinth that was becoming increasingly complicated to untangle. One night, as he explored the content and structure of the connections to which he was tied, Alex had a shocking revelation. He understood that each tale contained a pattern. They had been people who ignored warning signs in their lives, individuals who had allowed themselves to be swept away by routine, disconnecting from what truly mattered. His own connection to Neighbor's Wi-Fi was not simply a matter of signal, but a manifestation of his own disconnection from reality. Abandoned by friends and surrounded by the solitude of his apartment, Alex realized that he too had been trapped in his own dimension, one where the monotony and academic duties had led him to forget what it truly meant to live. Determined to find the portal and rescue those who had contacted him, Alex began to experiment with the network. Digging into the router's settings, he realized that by changing certain parameters, he could connect not only with the souls of those trapped, but also with the very source of this anomalous network. Days and nights passed in a frenzy of testing and trial, obsessed with uncovering the secret of Neighbor's Wi-Fi. The souls continued to encourage him. Some even shared their last words, revealing the keys to unravel the mysteries of the portal. Finally, Alex managed to establish a stable link with the other sides. In the dim light of his room, he lit a candle, creating an atmosphere conducive to opening the portal. The messages grew more intense and urgent. "The moment is near," they warned him. On the screen, an image began to manifest, a dark vortex swirling with a terrifying force. Alex felt his heart race, fear and excitement washing over him. He knew that by opening the portal, he would not only bring the possibility of freedom to those who had been trapped, but also expose himself to the unknown, to whatever might come through from the other side. Taking a deep breath, Alex accepted that there was no turning back. With one last message, he wrote, "I am here. I will help you." As he pressed send, the screen glowed with a blinding light. The portal opened with a sound that resonated like a distant scream, filling his room with the cold air that sent chills down his spine. In that instant, he managed to see the souls around him, their faces distorted by anguish, but also with a glimmer of hope. They were there, waiting for him. In unison, their voices multiplied in a penetrating echo, "Help us!" At that moment, Alex understood that his life would never be the same. However, there was a decision to be made. Should he leap into the abyss and save those who were crying out for help, or should he close the portal and walk away from a reality that could consume him? As the light of the vortex enveloped him, he realized that his fate was sealed. With a mix of courage and terror, he crossed the threshold of the portal. He never knew where it would take him, but in his heart, he carried the assurance that he had done the right thing. Though Alex lost his connection to the real world, the echoes of his decisions endure. The Neighbor's Wi-Fi continues to exist, a reminder that in every hidden corner of our everyday lives, there are dimensions waiting to be discovered, beings lamenting in search of liberation. So, friends, if you ever see an unknown network, think twice before you connect. You never know what you might be trapping. If this tale has intrigued you and left you in suspense, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments what you thought of this story. Remember, there may always be more than meets the eye. So stay alert, because next time it could be your connection that leads you to the unknown.